and welcome inside our Oklahoman studio for another playoff edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. I'm Kelly Crawl, your host, and as always in studio with me today, 15-year NBA veteran Grant Long and the radio voice of Thunder basketball, Matt Pinto, in his 21st season of calling games. Guys, we're already 2 playoff games in the books, the Thunder up 2-0 in the series. What's impressed you most so far or stood out to you in the early onset of this matchup?
I think it's very difficult to lead a playoff game from start to finish, but they did that in game 2, and that was very impressive to me. The way they came out and rode the energy of the fans and made that play for them, made it work for them. Guys started to knock down shots. Defense was on par at a level that I had not seen it during the playoffs, and that's what they needed to do for 48 minutes, and they were able to accomplish that.
Well, the bottom line, despite the detractors in Game 1 calling it a two-man team, it is Team Thunder up 2-0. That was absolutely underlined and amplified in Game 2. Outstanding performance from all 10 guys that Scott Brooks called on.
And just like the coaches and players said it would, each game played out completely different, but yet, most importantly, ended with the same result, a W for the Thunder, not to mention plenty of highlights.
Thunder ball to start the 2011 playoffs.
Nene to a wide-open Gallinari for 3.
What a start for the Nuggets. Denver's on a 7-0 run, and the Thunder right now are not in this game.
They hit some tough shots coming out the gates. They was on fire, but the good teams find a way to bounce back and keep going.
Any sort of comeback or rally has got to begin defensively.
Martin rejected by Ibaka. What a pass! Himself, kabam! It's a one-possession game.
One-on-one on Durant, right to the rim layup, rejected by Ibaka. He smacked it into the first row.
I think that expression says, I don't think so. Nice patient possession. Durant is going to take off and attack him. Oh! What a shot by KD! What a shot!
Throws it away. Westbrook the steal. Out in front. He will wind up and throw down. It's a one-point game. 4.9 left in the half.
Gallinari gives it up to Chandler. Boy,
Nuggets continue to sizzle at 58% field goal shooting.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir!
KD's got 30, baby, and cooking.
I don't think there's any secret as to who's going to take this jumper. It's going to be Eric Maynard.
Yes, sir!
I think all of them going to be dogfights, and we up for the challenge.
Westbrook the loose ball, long leads Durant, stops and pops. The angle right 13-footer drops. Boy, Durant is just smoking hot right now. That cotton candy sweet jump shot is giving me and the Nuggets cavities. Nuggets refuse to go quietly in Game 1 in Oklahoma City. Shot clock at 8. Slices to the foul line, leaps and leads. 16-foot jumper on line, goes! Westbrook again gets the roll. Front rim, backboard, and down.
Smith, long three-point goal. Air ball, Thunder wins! Game 1 to Oklahoma City.
We did a great job of staying strong, being resilient. Things we've been preaching all season, playing defense, playing together. And it was a good win, but it's only one win. We got to keep moving.
The Nugget franchise is 0-16 in best-of-7 playoff series when trailing 1-0.
Sefolosha crossing over, spinning, attacking! Taking it right past Nene!
Durant strips him driving the lane. Kevin up the middle to Harden.
And another run-out basket, this time Harden with the payoff.
The Nuggets on the break of being run out of this place in Game 2.
How about Westbrook staying with it and the block? Collison saves it to Durant. The Thunder's got numbers. 3-on-2, Sefolosha, the little mid-range baseline jumper. How about that? Oh, nice no-look pass. Perkins and one. Oh, they're getting the big dog going.
Looking. Comes a bounce pass back door to Collison to the two-hand rim-rocking dunk. Oh, the running of the needle.
Probably the best we've played in terms of guys making the right reads, passing out of double teams, and moving the ball and sharing the ball.
Kevin Durant backing down, swerves baseline, leans in, launches and drains a 13-foot jumper. Good night, Nuggets. We'll see you Saturday.
We did what you have to do in the playoffs is protect your home court. Now it's time to go back, watch the film, find ways that we can improve.
Well, the playoffs certainly a showcase for your all-star players sometimes. And what more can you say about Kevin Durant in Game 1, 41 points, 9 boards, Game 2, 23 and 5. But I think what impressed me most about him was the fact that when the double team gets sent from Denver, he's really trying to make an effort to find that pass to his open teammate. And that's something he's been working a lot on and doing a really good job of, I think.
Well, he delivered the message right away. The first possession of Game 2, Grant, he found Westbrook in the corner for a wide-open three when the double team ran at him on the wing. Look, he's got unlimited range. He can shoot over the top of any defender, but when he is the willing passer seeing the floor as he's becoming, he becomes virtually unstoppable.
And you heard what Nick Collison said. It's very important that the guys outside of Kevin Durant get to an open area to receive a pass, and I thought that was big in Game 2. Kevin did receive double teams, but guys stepped up and made themselves available, and they made basketball plays. And Kevin Durant growing, we see him trusting his teammates more and more, and that is big come playoff time because you know teams are going to start to double team Kevin Durant right off the tip.
Yeah, 5 assists in Game 2 will work every time.
Doesn't hurt, right? Well, in Game 2 of the series, the Thunder cleaned up the glass between Ibaka, Perkins, and Collison. The three bigs equaled the rebounding effort by the entire Nuggets team with 31. And as the guys will tell you, it was all a product of the collective team defense.
Bigs played well, but it's kind of a result of really good team defense. We had a lot less breakdowns where we had to go help and then breaks down our box out. So, you know, those stats kind of tell a story of a bigger picture of just the team defense being so much better. First game we had a lot more breakdowns and pick and rolls and have to come over and help. It leaves Nene, Kenyon Martin, Birdman, leaves those guys free on the board, and we're able to cut a lot of that out.
Well, the Thunder continue to get back defensively, and they really short-circuit what's the lifeblood of this Denver offense by doing that. Only 11 fast break points allowed in Game 2 after 8 in Game 1. Spectacular transition defense, and then they build on that, Grant, by getting back, clogging the paint, and when they're guarding that high screen roll effectively and negating Denver's ability to roll free in the lane, suddenly the Nuggets are groping for offense. This is the highest scoring team in the league during the regular season, scoring 89 in Game 2.
I completely agree with that. I felt the only adjustment, a minor adjustment, maybe just a tweak, would be the defense on the Nuggets screen and roll. I thought they made that adjustment, took away a lot of those easy baskets. And what the Nuggets were trying to do is shorten up the court so that roll for Nene was right at the basket and you couldn't rotate and get over there. But the Thunder were able to come over and stop all of that and force them to take outside shots. And I thought defensively in the paint they were very sound.
And we're seeing that Gallinari and Wilson Chandler, two guys brand new to the playoff experience, are not responding for Denver, at least in the first 2 games on the road.
Well, they certainly balanced out those points in the paint and the transition points that Denver was getting. And they even got out and put pressure on the guys shooting the ball, which was another big key for winning Game 2.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Your team is an extension of you. They take on your personality. What about this team is Scott Brooks?
Athletic.
You really think so?
Athletic, no.
Welcome back to Thunder Insider.
This week, the March of Dimes honored head coach Scott Brooks as their sports headliner of the year. Each year, the March of Dimes honors athletes, coaches, and teams who have brought national attention to the state of Oklahoma. The event, which includes an auction, raises money to help Oklahoma families have healthier babies. Well, since Scott Brooks took over the helm as the Thunder's head coach 3 seasons ago, the team has shown steady growth, including 2 appearances in the postseason. And as our own Grant Long found out, much of that can be attributed to the culture Coach Brooks created and the kind of person he is.
You, like me, played a lot of seasons in the NBA. This is an opportunity to win a championship. You've won a championship. I've played over 1,000 games, and I would give up those 1,000 games for your 1 championship ring. Talk to me about what this time of the season means to you.
Well, first of all, I will not give you my championship ring for your 1,000 games. This is a great time of the year for our players, our organization, our city. Every team in this league wants to win a championship. We are no different. We know that we have a lot of things that we have to do in order to accomplish that. And by being in the playoffs, we are in the right direction. We've improved a lot this season after a really good season last year. Our players are excited. This is the greatest time of the year for an NBA player, and our players are really focused and determined to have a lot of success.
I gotta know, you as a player, did you ever think you'd be a head coach in the NBA?
I didn't think I would play as long as I did first. Yes, I've always felt that I would be a head coach in this league.
What attracted you about it?
I love to see teams work. I love the fact that we have a team that has continued to get better. They work. I just like the team feeling. I love to be a part of something that's bigger than myself, and we have a group that really believes in team, that's passionate about each other, that cares for each other, and I like that we go out every night to try to beat the opponent the right way.
A lot of folks would say your team is an extension of you. They take on your personality. What about this team is Scott Brooks?
Athletic.
You really think so?
Athletic, no. Putting work in every day. I believe in work. I believe in you have to give back to the game. The game tells you need to work every day. You can't rest and you can't worry about what you did in the past. You have to keep getting better. You have to come to work with an attitude of improvement, and I really believe that our team does that every day. In practice, in shoot-arounds, in games, we're focused on getting better.
I've watched you now for nearly 3 years. You're not a screamer.
We can get layups, I'm telling you, we can get layups. We run the first quarter, it's going to pay off in the fourth quarter.
Why aren't you a screamer?
Well, I believe in our guys, first of all. My job is to make them better. Not that I don't say I never yell at them, but I believe that it's better to empower players, to make them feel that they're better than they are, because all players want to do the right thing.
That's a great start, great energy. Way to play the game. Keep helping each other on defense. Keep clogging this paint up and keep rebounding together.
I've never been on a team or been around a player that wants to turn the ball over, that wants to miss the shot. So I use that as my foundation when I communicate with our guys. I try to get them better. I try to have a good rapport with them, and an understanding that I'm with them. I want to get them better, and we have a certain standard that has to be kept. If they're below that, I make sure I tell them, whether I say it in a nice way or a not so nice way. They understand when our conversation is over that they are below the level of that we demand here.
I'm going to say a name. Give me your first response. Thabo Sefolosha.
Coachable.
James Harden.
Improved.
Kendrick Perkins.
Mean.
I like that. Suits him very well. Kevin Durant.
Special.
Nick Collison.
Tough.
Last, Russell Westbrook.
Big heart.
Wow, that was some really great stuff. Rarely do you get to see Coach Brooks kind of cut up like that, but it looked like you guys had a lot of fun. Did you enjoy doing that?
It was a terrific opportunity to get Scott Brooks on camera. I've had a chance to talk to him off camera quite a few times, but this time we got him on camera talking about what he likes, what he doesn't like, and how he got involved in basketball from the very beginning. And that was something that I enjoyed quite a bit. And like I told him, I've played over 1,000 games. Still wasn't willing to give me his championship ring, but I tell you what, I'm in total envy of anybody that has one.
I was going to say, you really put him on the spot with that one, but did not walk away with the hardware.
He is not going to part with that thing, I can guarantee you.
I don't think I would either. Well, thank you. That was really awesome. We enjoyed that. And for lots more, we'll come right back here to Thunder Insider.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
He ran the team. That backup point guard position, such a critical position to play, and he did a great job.
Maynard double clutching and scoring off the runner.
Welcome back to Thunder Insider.
Next up for the Thunder, a trip to Denver for Games 3 and 4. Saturday's Game 3 starts with Thunder Live at 8:30, and we'll take you right up to tip at 9 o'clock. Monday's Game 4 begins with Thunder Live at 9 and tip set for 9:30. You can see it all on Fox Sports Oklahoma or listen to it on your radio at WWLS The Sports Animal to hear all the action. Well, the atmosphere inside the Oklahoma City Arena has been electric, but almost as impressive has been the thrilling environment outside the arena as the Thunder faithful gathered to cheer on their team. The setting even attracted a couple of ticket holders.
Loud crowd, everyone's into it.
A lot of people, everybody seems to be having a really great time.
It's exciting. It's like the same feel as you get inside.
I know we certainly enjoyed it tonight.
We were inside the first half, and it's the same thing in the second half out here.
But out here, it's kind of nice being able to actually talk to the people you're with. You know, just a little bit more casual, but it's still just a different experience, but it's still really fun. If you're not going to be inside, I mean, this is definitely the next best place.
And you can hear it inside there when the crowd starts chanting, and it gets louder than most places.
It's get this giant big screen here, and you know, vendors around and people. Everybody's in really good spirits. It's yeah, it's just a really good experience.
It's an amazing night, and you know, camaraderie of fellow Thunder fans that couldn't get into the game, so it's a good time. Amazing time. It's been a great night. Had a great night.
Of course, our Thunder Live sets out there, and it really is just an awesome atmosphere. Joining us now, the play-by-play man for Thunder, Brian Davis. And you know, whether you're inside or outside of the building, these guys are putting on a show, and especially Russell Westbrook.
One of the things that I loved, just to talk about the scene in Thunder Alley, is that at the end of games, it seems like Bricktown's emptying out, and everybody's coming across the tracks to join the fun after the game. You know, but Russell Westbrook is their better head man for the offense and for this team than a guy whose athleticism you just cannot account for. And we saw that especially on that physics-defying move that he made last night in Game 2.
Terrific complement of speed and balance, Russell Westbrook. Under control, he's one of the most difficult players to defend because he can get in the open court, and that speed will allow him to get from end to end quicker than anybody I've seen. And then that pace that he plays with in the half court, and he challenges those bigs at the front of the rim. He's got a big heart, as Scott Brooks always talks about. He gets to the front of the rim and he'll finish.
That's exactly what he used, the word big heart for Russell Westbrook. Well, sometimes it's easy to forget that Eric Maynor is only in his sophomore season with the Thunder, as the point guard has developed into quite a leader and certainly a game manager on the floor. And during Game 1, when the lights got brightest and his team needed a spark, Eric rose to the challenge.
Maynor working, looking left, down the lane spurts. He's at the rim, lays it up and in beautifully.
Just taking good shots. Was able to get in a little groove.
He ran the team, and Eric is improving, and he's getting better defensively.
Maynor the steal.
He had a good game, really pressuring the guards.
He'll look to orchestrate. High steps back of a Collison pick. Pulls up, pops, a 16-footer drops.
You work so hard every day, man. Just you're always ready.
Eric quietly as he plays, and he doesn't get a lot of credit because that's the backup point guard position, such a critical position to play, and he did a great job.
Maynor double clutching and scoring off the runner.
Eric Maynor ties a season high with 12 points in Game 1, and then he comes out in Game 2, 5 assists without a turnover. Don't stop me. You've seen that movie before.
No question about it, and that's what's difficult or also impressing about Eric Maynor, because when you talk about playing a point guard position off the bench, you have a short leash. Coaches expect you to be almost perfect, and Eric Maynor is certainly trying to be that.
You know, one of the things about it, though, Kelly, when you look at the way that Maynor works, for instance, with James Harden, this is a second unit that is a completely different grouping of personnel, different pace, different tempo. Harden, the thing I loved about Harden is he didn't have a great game in Game 1, but part of that was because the game went away from him. But he got plenty of opportunities in Game 2 and wound up responding with 16 points. And this is a guy who says, hey, I stayed in a Game 1 by using my defensive energy to stay engaged.
And I like what you said. The game just didn't present itself to James Harden to be on the offensive side as aggressive as he wanted to. But Game 2 certainly presented opportunities. And I like the fact that the first shot for Harden, he got to the free throw line. Saw that basket continue to get big. He stepped out and started to knock down some shots. And the combination of getting to the free throw line and opening up outside shooting for Harden and his confidence growing, with each shot that goes in, I think you're going to see a much better and improved Harden.
He told us after Game 1, I know I have to be aggressive, take the ball to the hole, and most importantly, when people were kind of questioning, are you feeling okay? He said, don't worry, I'll be just fine.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
We usually only do this for the playoffs, and we just wanted to rep Thunder.
So you're kicking it up a notch?
Yes. Last year we had this, but now we got the color and everything.
Welcome back, Thunder fans. Before every home playoff game, Thunder Alley helps set the tone for an exciting evening of basketball, including live music, a big screen TV, and plenty of activities for the kids. In this week's Stealing the Mic, we sent our team Big Kid into the masses to take in the excitement.
All right, whose idea was this, ladies?
All of our idea. We're Thunder fans.
Playoff intensity goes up a notch, right? So the fans have to go up a notch.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We're ready to kick some
Denver Nuggets.
I'm going to beat you. Right, let's do this thing.
Set, go.
I got you. I got you. It's over. It's over. No. You cheated. Yeah, you did. You beat me, but I think you cheated. How could you do that to an old man?
Because I know how to jump and you don't.
They tell the truth, don't they? Explain the cut for us.
We usually only do this for the playoffs, and we just wanted to rep Thunder.
So you're kicking it up a notch?
Yes. Last year we had this, but now we got the color and everything, so it's better.
How are you kicking up your game for the postseason? Everybody's got to step up in the playoffs. What's your strategy?
Be loud, go crazy. Gonna raise the roof as best as I can.
Now, can you yell even louder in the playoffs if you put that in reserve?
I've tried. I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully I'll lose my voice for work tomorrow.
Endless energy from Steely, always having a good time.
You know, the most heartbreaking moment was when he came up and tried when we were getting ready for Thunder Live to take a seat, and there was just no room at the end.
No room.
Story of his life.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for being with us on another edition of Thunder Insider. We'll see you again next week with plenty more from Denver. We'll see you then.